Welcome back, folks. So I did a little work on the Miata. Just changed the transmission fluid, changed in the oil, and I replaced the catalytic converter with another thing. But that's not what this video is about. As you can see, we got some paint and clear coat issues on the car. Right now, I'm not going to address the trunk and the hood. I'll do that later. I just went to the paint store yesterday and I got some matching paint for this 2004. What I am going to do is address this, which is horrible. And also, even though this is red, and it's pretty good match color red to the body, it's just not the same paint. So I figured I'm just going to hit the top, try to get this problem solved, because this is just getting worse and worse. So I got my buddy coming over. He's going to help me lift the top off, and I'm ready over here, and I'm gonna sand it down. My goal is to just sand off all this clear and hopefully not have to do a lot of primer. If I can save this red paint here, I think the red base is okay. There's some spots that it's gone through on the roof, but I need to get rid of this clear because it's just failing horribly. So I'm gonna take this off, get all this clear sanded off, and then there's one spot on the other side that I just noticed that I probably, I'll just fill that with some short strand fiberglass reinforced body filler. I'm not making a big deal about this. This is my autocross car, and it's just for fun. I'm not trying to make it like, 100%. But there's some things like this. There's a little scratch here. I might just try to patch that. Just go over it with some touch up, because if I can not have to repaint this paint, this base, I'd rather not do that, because it's kind of a specialty paint. I don't know. I think if I just get rid of this clouded out clear and sand it down a little, then I can just re-clear coat it, even though, look, it's kind of bad. But I don't want to get into a whole bunch of painting. Painting is a pain in the butt, and this is not what that car is about. I probably should order a new trim, huh? What do you think? Well, yes. So maybe I can order that now, get on that. All right, guys, anyway, I'm just going to freshen up the top, so I'll keep you updated. All right, I got the top kind of taped off a bit just for sanding. Somehow I bought the world's thinnest masking paper. I've used toilet paper that's thicker than this stuff. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to sand. I got a couple DA sanders here. I'm just going to try to get the clear off is the goal. All right, let's go. All right, check it out. On the corner, I just sanded away a little. I cleaned it with alcohol. I put a little aluminum foil underneath. I've got a very tiny amount of short strand reinforced fiberglass body filler, tiny bit of hardener. Just gonna mix a little. That's what I got going. I kind of just smeared it like back like that, and then just let it sort of glob out on the edge a little bit bigger. And while that is hardening up, I'm going to continue sanding. I'm making some progress over here. So as soon as I see the base coat, underneath, I know the clear is gone, and that's all I really want to get off right now. So I'm just using this with a 60 and one of these open kind of mesh 60 grits. All right, let's keep going. Hey, what do you guys think? Here's my corner. So this whole little area is replaced. Just put a little sandpaper under there so you can see it. So I'm doing this quick, you guys, and I'm also fighting the sun. Got a little umbrella here. I'm moving around this area. Oh, look at it. Looks like modern art. This area, I'm having to sand a little smooth. I'm not trying to make it perfect, but I'm here, might as well try to get these areas smoothed out. I was having trouble because some of the paint would just stay there, and then the sander, because I have a soft pad under the sanding disc, it would start cutting into other areas more. And so it was actually getting like more varied as I was sanding. So I might have to block it a little. I don't really want to get into block sanding this thing. I'm trying to get this banged out in like 1 or 2 days max. Hit the sides a little bit. This area I'm gonna have to do by hand because it has a little curve. There's like a little curve in here, and then this is all, you know, curved, and it's all just totally messed up. But I'm going to do it mostly by hand. I just want to get this stuff off. And then I probably will just scuff this edge here with a scuff pad, you know. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. Taking a break, letting the compressor fill back up, and I'm gonna get back at it. This is the kind of stuff that costs you time, because you don't really, you're doing a job and you're like, I'm just gonna do this quick. And then you find these little gouges, which are gonna be obvious if you just do primer and your paint over them. So now, yes, I'm gonna get out the body filler, and I'm gonna hit a couple of these little, like this one right here. Slowing me down. Anyway, I'm gonna do that. I don't know what colors this hood was. It's got a gray on top of the fiberglass, and then it looks like the red, and then the pink, and then more red. Really weird. Look at all these different colors, you guys. How? Maybe this has been on like 4 or 5 cars. I don't know. It's very strange. But we know one thing. People like the red spectrum. All right, I'll be back. When I first started working on cars, I was all formal with my body filler mixing. You know, I'd get out the little metal thing, and I put everything on there. Now I fold a piece of aluminum up, and I get the hardener ready, and I go out to my site, and I'm ready. It's all cleaned, blown out, cleaned, and now I just mix it and do it. And today's pretty warm. It's probably 85 right now, so this stuff's gonna set up quick. But anyway, that's just a little tip. You can do it if you want. Saves time, and you just chuck this, clean this off, wipe it off, you're done. Back inside, just taking a lunch break, and I thought I'd show you guys the paint I'm using. So this is a primer, Transtar 4603 2-in-1 primer gray. I've used this stuff before. I like it. It's a light gray, and it dries quick. It doesn't really fill. It fills a little bit. It's not a high build, but it's good. It goes on real smooth. The spray tip is nice. It's about, what did I pay for this? $12 a can, I think, something like that. And then the paint I got from the local place, N&C Paint Supplies, and it's a code 27A, Velocity Red. This one is a all-in-one. I think originally it's a 2-part. You spray the red, and then you spray the, what they call the mica gray, not gray, mica gold color. So you kind of do the base, and then you do the pearl. That's my understanding. There may even be a 3-part, including the clear. This is a single, but it's not cheap. This was $120 for a pint, which should be plenty. I figure I'll use like a, and it's a 1-to-1 mixture reduce. So you reduce it 1-to-1. We'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna probably mix up about 1/3 of this. So I don't know, 4 ounces or something, and then we'll see how far that gets me on the top. I think that should be enough for 2 medium coats of color, but we'll see. Anyway, that's the paint. I don't know if there's anything else I can show you. I guess you could see that if you want. The formula. But it's code 27A for the Velocity Red Mazda. All right, well, I got these filled in. It's not perfect. Like, I think I missed that little thing right there, but whatever, man. I'm kind of digging the look. What do you guys think? Look at that, pretty crazy. So I just wiped this down after I went over the whole thing with 220. just to scuff it up pretty well because I want that primer to really stick. I did find one little gouge that I missed earlier, so I'm gonna fill that real quick. And while that's setting up, I'm going to tape this off, mask it off for primer. All right, be right back. One little trick that I do is if I've got a tiny little spot that I want to fill and I don't want to smear, even with a cut down putty spreader, I don't want to smear it all over the place because then I just have to sand it off. I just tape it off, and then while it's wet, or before it hardens, I peel that off. And now I just have to sand that little tiny spot. Okay, it's time to primer the top. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. It's looking pretty good. Let's check the repair area. Not bad. This is only one coat of primer, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with one more, but I think I'm pretty happy with this. And I'll just do like a gray scuff pad before I spray the color. It's hot out here, so I might wait a little bit. It's probably 90 degrees right now. So I'm gonna wait till it cools off a little, and then we'll see. Maybe we can get this done today. All right, you guys, this is 2 coats of primer, and it's looking pretty good. Pretty solid. Got the edges. I'm not trying to go like all the way under super far, because then I gotta do more masking and stuff. Hey, remember when I said it was about 90 degrees? 90 and rising. So I'm gonna wait till this, well, I have to wait for this to dry, but this stuff dries in like 20 minutes. And then if it gets down to 80, I'll shoot color. Also, I wanted to let you know, I'm probably just gonna do this clear. This is a 2K by Eastwood. And so it's pretty much just like your regular clear coat, 2K clear coat, except it's in a can. I just don't feel like mixing stuff and cleaning the spray guns and all that. So I just, as long as the wind, it's kind of windy right now, but as long as the wind stays reasonably down and I can get in before the bugs come out in the evening, because that's another consideration. I don't know about where you guys are, but as soon as that sun starts getting low, man, see, they're already plotting. Get off of there, you bug. Oh, I just scratched it with my fingernail. Look at that. Oh my God. Okay, I guess I will be sanding a little and touching that up. Oh my God, that's crazy. Fingernail. Maybe I can take it out and put it back in. It is kind of fingernail shaped. Wow. All right, guys, that's 2 coats of the Transtar. It looks good. There's a couple little spots I gotta share with you. One is here, down in here, and I think this may come back to haunt me. That little gap, I guess there was something there that I didn't quite sand. Although I do have the rubber peeled away right now, which I'm just painting because I don't care, and I'm gonna get a new bottom sealer. And then here, where I flicked that bug away, look at this. So I guess I have to take back what I said about it not being high build. I mean, that's way thicker than I thought. And I gouged my fingernail into it. And now I'm just gonna wait. I'm not gonna try to do anything today. And in fact, I shouldn't. I've been thinking that. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm gonna let this bake, dry out a couple days. Then during that time, I will fix this blemish, because that's ridiculous. But I gotta show you, look at this. That stuff's pretty good. I mean, that's nice. See where I fixed the corner? It looks pretty good. Not perfect. I'm not going for perfection, but if I want, I can do like a light scuff pad or something on this. I still see some scratches from the 60 grit. I actually did 40 with another DA, and put some pretty big gouges in there. But I'm thinking that's all going to get covered up with the base and then the clear. I mean, that's 2 more coats. Base is not that thick, but the clear, you do a couple coats of clear, sand it, you're good to go. But this looks way better. I mean, so much better. There's still a little, little tiny things like little pits here and there. I don't really care. This is so much better. And it actually looks pretty smooth. I was concerned about the top here, but when I look at it from here, of course, the real test is when you put the clear coat on, then you buff it and then you shine it and you're trying to see if you get it really smooth. I don't know what it's going to look like, but honestly, I don't care. It's going to look so much better than it did. So my main concern is that the old paint doesn't come back to haunt me, because I know from repainting things and not stripping it all the way down to the substrate, to the, in this case, the fiberglass or whatever this is made out of, that can happen. But I'm just not doing that. I'm not putting in that many hours. I'm pretty happy with this, like I said, but I'm gonna let it sit out here a couple days, maybe get to this over the weekend. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll do a part 2. I think I'm gonna end this video here. It's long enough. Good luck with all your projects. Thanks for watching. Like it if you do. I'll see you later.